All right, welcome. Today, we are diving into a really mind-bending trick your brain plays on you every single day. And it's one that kind of proves your reality might not be what you think it is.
So let me just start by asking you this. Can your eyes literally change the sounds you hear? It sounds impossible, right? Like a total confusion of the senses. Well, get ready, because things are about to get weird.
Okay, so this is the classic McGurk effect. Picture this. Step 1. You hear a really clear audio recording of someone saying, ba ba ba. Simple enough. Step 2, you watch a video of someone with the sound off, mouthing the sound ga ga ga. And now for the magic trick. In step 3, we put them together. You watch the person mouthing ga while the audio is playing ba. So what do you hear? Incredibly, most people's brains create a totally different sound out of thin air, something like da.
The feeling is so bizarre that someone once described it perfectly like this. It's like hearing lips and seeing voices. And that just beautifully sums up the strange fusion of senses that's happening inside your head.
So what on earth is going on here? How is this even possible? All right, let's break down this incredible phenomenon. What you've just experienced has a name. It's the McGurk Effect. The official definition is that it's a perceptual illusion where the visual information from a speaker's face, what you see, actively changes the sound you perceive. Put simply, your eyes are telling your ears, nope, you got that wrong, and your brain is siding with your eyes.
And this just brilliantly shows a fundamental truth about how you experience everything. Your brain isn't just a passive microphone, just taking in sound. It's an active observer. And when it comes to speech, what it sees can completely override, or at the very least, totally change what it hears.
But why? Why does our brain do this? To understand that, we need to think about the brain's main job as a master sense mixer. Now, the fancy scientific term for this is audiovisual integration. And your brain is doing this all the time, not just for illusions. It's constantly taking in information from all your senses, sight, sound, touch, and weaving it all together to create one single coherent story of what's happening around you. It's literally building your reality.
And this isn't just some weird quirk. This sense mixing is absolutely essential. I mean, think about trying to have a conversation in a loud, crowded restaurant. You're not just listening, right? You instinctively start watching their lips to fill in the gaps. That's audiovisual integration, in real time, making communication possible.
This whole thing is so fascinating that, of course, scientists are dying to know exactly how it works. So let's take a quick look at how they're trying to basically build a model of this incredible process. To really understand this, scientists are trying to create a kind of blueprint for the mind. They use a few different tools. Some use some pretty heavy-duty math, like Bayesian probability, which is basically a way for the brain to calculate the best guess for what's real when it gets conflicting info. Others build these complex computer simulations, like the trace model, that try to imitate how our neurons actually merge the signals from our eyes and ears.
But you know, across all these different approaches, one thing is absolutely critical for this whole sense-mixing thing to work. Timing. For your brain to decide that a sight and a sound actually belong together, those signals have to arrive at almost the exact same instant.
And this brings us to another really cool concept, the temporal window of integration, or TWI. You can just think of this as your brain's sync button. If a sound and a visual of lips moving arrive within this very specific, very short time frame, your brain says, yep, same event, and it merges them. But if they arrive too far apart, it treats them as two completely separate things.
The McGurk effect is amazing, for sure, but it is not alone. Turns out it's just one tiny example of the many ways your brain's clever shortcuts can lead to some truly mind-bending illusions.
You see, the same brain processes that simplify and interpret the world, the ones that cause the McGurk effect, are also behind some incredibly powerful visual illusions.
Like the famous kinesia triangle. I mean, look at it. You can see a bright white triangle sitting on top of those circles, right? Except it's not actually there. There are no lines connecting them. Your brain is literally filling in the gaps, seeing something that doesn't technically exist.
And then you've got the wagon wheel illusion. You've definitely seen this, in movies or maybe even looking at a fan. A wheel is spinning super fast, but all of a sudden it looks like it stopped, or maybe even rotating backward. That's just another trick of your brain's perceptual system trying to make sense of rapid motion.
But hey, it's not just about what you see. Your hearing can be tricked all on its own. There are some powerful illusions that are purely about sound.
Like the verbal transformation effect. This one is wild.
If you take a single word and just repeat it over and over and over again, your brain eventually gets something called neural fatigue, and it starts to perceive other, completely different words. Your auditory system is literally creating something new where there's nothing but repetition.
So, hearing sounds that aren't there, seeing shapes that don't exist, what does it all tell us? Well, it brings us to the final and most crucial point about your actively constructed reality.
This right here is the big takeaway. Your perception isn't like a video camera, just passively recording the world exactly as it is. No, it's an active, moment-by-moment construction. It's a best guess your brain is making based on sensory input, context, and everything you've ever experienced.
So let's just put it all together. We've seen how your eyes can literally change what you hear. We know this happens because your brain is always mixing your senses to build a single, unified reality. And yeah, this process is super effective, but it can be tricked by illusions. But remember, these illusions aren't a bug in your system. They're a feature. They are a window that lets us peek inside and see how your amazing brain actually constructs the world around you.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty mind-bending question to think about. If your entire perception of the world is an active construction built by your brain, then what is truly real?